Hello, welcome to my channel Chemical Chemistry classes. We are discussing the topic quantitative analysis, in which we have covered estimation of carbon and hydrogen, estimation of nitrogen. Next, we proceed with halogens. Halogens, right? So, in estimation of halogen, Carius method is used for estimation of halogen. Halogen Carius method principle is like that an organic compound containing halogen of known mass is heated with fuming nitric acid. As you can see in this diagram also, this is very clear and I have taken this diagram from NCERT only. An organic compound, this is, as you can see, this is an organic compound that is containing halogen, and halogen is of known mass, is heated in with fuming nitric acid. Here you can see there is a nitric acid is also present in this tube, and we have added a few crystals of silver nitrate. The halogen present in the compound is converted into silver halide, AgX, right? From the mass of compound taken and that of the silver halide formed, the percentage of halogen in the compound can be calculated. This is just simple the principle of this estimation of halogen. Carius method is like this: about 5 ml of fuming nitric acid and 2 grams 5 ml of nitric acid and 2 grams of silver nitrate crystals are placed in a hard glass tube of about 50 centimeter in length and 2 centimeter in diameter. A small amount of accurately weighed organic compound is taken in a small tube and the tube is placed carefully into this is the tube, as you can see, and this small tube is placed carefully into the Carius tube in such a way that nitric acid does not enter in that tube, because nitric acid is also present, that is a fuming nitric acid. So the Carius tube is then sealed. We have to seal this, right? So the Carius tube is sealed. Now it is placed in an outer iron jacket and heated in a furnace, and the temperature is 550 and 560 K for about 6 hours. As a result, carbon, hydrogen and sulfur present in compound are oxidized and carbon converted into carbon dioxide and water and H2SO4. The halogen present in the compound gets converted into silver halide, which is a precipitated. The tube is cooled, and when the sealed capillary end is heated in a burner flame, a small hole is formed from which the gases escape. Right? So the capillary end is now cut off, and the precipitate of silver halide is filtered, washed, dried, and weighed. This is the results in calculation, how we can calculate the presence of halogen in that, right? So let the mass of organic compound, we have taken W grams, and the mass of silver halide is X grams. So now 1 mole of AgX and 1 mole of silver halide contains 1 gram atom of X. X is any chloride, bromide, iron, any halogen, right? So X gram of AgX contain atomic mass of X plus 108 an atomic mass of X, and this is the unit joules. So the amount of halogen is present in W grams, right? So the percentage of halogen in the compound is atomic mass of X plus 108 an atomic mass of S, and this is 1. So we can take percentage of, like we are taking percentage of chlorine for an example. So here we are using 35.5, that is the atomic mass of chlorine, plus 108 plus 35.5 into X and W. This is how we can calculate the estimation of chlorine. For bromine we can use place of 30.5 is 80, and in case of iodine we can use 127. This is the way to calculate the halogen. Next is sulfur. Sulfur is also estimated by Carius method. How? We can discuss. When an organic compound containing sulfur is heated with fuming nitric acid in a sealed tube, sulfur is quantitatively oxidized to sulfuric acid. It is then precipitated as barium sulfate by adding a barium chloride solution. The precipitation is then filtered, washed, dried, and weighed. For the amount of BaSO4 forming, the percentage of sulfur is calculated. We can calculate it like this: sulfur plus this fuming HNO3, and we get H2SO4 as a result. So this is just the percentage. How can calculate the percentage of sulfur that is present in that compound? We can calculate any organic compound. Let the mass of organic compound is, we are containing W grams, mass of organic compound, right? So when 1 mole of BaSO4 contains 1 gram of atom, so BaSO4 means 137 plus 32 plus 64, and we get 233 grams. So x gram of BaSO4 contains 32 into x grams of sulfur. So this amount of sulfur is present in W grams of the compound. For percentage of sulfur is 32 into 233 to x W into 100, right? So this is the way to calculate the sulfur. Next is phosphorus. An organic compound of known mass is heated and fuming nitric acid in a sealed Carius tube. Phosphorus present in the compound is oxidized to phosphoric acid, and which is precipitated as ammonium phosphomolybdenate by heating it with concentrated nitric acid by adding ammonium molybdenate. So you can see the calculation is like this. We get this when we are adding HNO3. We are adding water, and that is heated, and we get phosphoric acid. This is the formula: phosphoric acid. When phosphoric acid is heated with ammonium molybdenate, we get ammonium phosphomolybdenate, that is of yellow color. We get this, 4 and 3. Water. So this is the precipitate of ammonium phosphomolybdenate that is obtained, that is filtered, washed, dried, and weighed. So next is oxygen. Percentage or estimation of oxygen is like we can simple say 100 minus sum of percentage of all other elements, right? So the oxygen content of compound can be estimated directly. Oxygen principle is an organic compound of known mass is decomposed by heating in a stream of nitrogen gas. The mixture of gaseous products including oxygen is passed over red hot coke. When all the oxygen combines with carbon to form carbon monoxide, the mixture is then passed through warm iodine pentoxide, and when carbon monoxide undergo oxidation to carbon dioxide and iodine is liberated. So organic compound containing oxygen is heated and we get O2 plus gaseous products. So we can say and we can write like this. From the knowledge of the mass of iodine liberated or carbon dioxide produced, the percentage of oxygen in the compound can be calculated easily. As we can say, let the mass of the organic compound is taken is W grams, and x gram is the mass of carbon dioxide. So we can rate x gram of carbon dioxide liberated is 32 into 88, that is x, and we get 16 by 14. 44 into x grams of O2. So for percentage of this is, for percentage of oxygen we can calculate like this. This is how we can calculate oxygen. So for calculating percentage of carbon we are using Liebig method. In this we are using 12 by 44 mass of CO2 formed and mass of compound taken into 100. This is for estimation of carbon. For percentage of carbon, for percentage of nitrogen Damas method, in this we are taking this is just the summarization. Volume of N2 at STP and mass of compound into 100. This is by percentage of nitrogen, and when with Damas method, next it Kildall method. In this is say also same as, because we are calculating nitrogen. Okay, for percentage of halogen by Carius method, that is atomic mass of X divided by 108 atomic mass of X into mass of AgX and mass of compound taken into 100. This is for halogen, and for sulfur we can take 32 by, this is all just the calculation which we all have studied in our previous classes. Mass of compound into 100. Percentage of phosphorus is 62 divided by mass of this amount into 100, and percentage of oxygen is like this only, right? So this is the percentage of oxygen. So this is all about the quantitative analysis. In this we have covered the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, halogen, phosphorus, sulfur and oxygen, how we can estimate or calculate these compounds. Thank you.